Queen Nzinga, a name synonymous with resistance, diplomacy, and unwavering defiance, stands as one of Africa's most compelling historical figures. A leader who navigated the treacherous landscape of 17th century colonialism with remarkable skill and fortitude. Born around 1583 in Dongo, a kingdom nestled in what is now Angola, Nzinga's early life unfolded within a context of growing Portuguese influence, driven by the insatiable European demand for slaves and the lucrative trade routes they established along the African coast. Dongo, under the rule of her father, King Kiluanji Samba, was already facing immense pressure from the Portuguese, who sought to control its territory and exploit its resources, including its people for the transatlantic slave trade. Nzinga was a princess, but her education extended beyond the traditional female roles of the time. She was trained in military strategy, diplomacy, and political maneuvering, preparing her for a life of leadership and conflict. Her father recognized her intelligence and resilience, giving her a significant role in the kingdom's defense against the encroaching Portuguese forces, a rarity for a woman in that era. The Portuguese, eager to expand their control, had employed a strategy of divide and conquer, fostering alliances with neighboring kingdoms and exploiting internal conflicts within Dongo itself. One crucial moment in Nzinga's life occurred in 1622, when she represented her brother, King Nzinga, in a meeting with the Portuguese governor, João Correia de Sousa, in Luanda. This pivotal encounter, meticulously documented by Portuguese observers, demonstrated her remarkable intellect and negotiating prowess as she skillfully parried the governor's attempts to intimidate her. Legend has it that when offered a rug to sit on, signifying her subservience, Nzinga refused, instead instructing her attendants to act as her chairs, a powerful symbol of her equality and refusal to be demeaned. The agreement reached, albeit temporary, involved the Portuguese recognizing Nzinga as the king and Dongo's sovereignty, while the Portuguese would cease raiding Dongo for slaves. However, the Portuguese, known for their insincerity, soon violated the treaty, continuing their raids and undermining Dongo's stability, prompting Nzinga to flee his kingdom in 1626. This flight created a power vacuum, and Nzinga swiftly seized the opportunity, declaring herself Queen of Dongo and vowing to resist the Portuguese with unwavering determination. She recognized that Dongo alone could not withstand the Portuguese, and she embarked on a strategy of forging alliances with neighboring kingdoms and ethnic groups, including the Imbangala, a fierce warrior people. The Imbangala, known for their military prowess and decentralized social structure, were initially reluctant allies, but Nzinga skillfully convinced them to join her cause, offering them land and protection in exchange for their support. Incorporating the Imbangala into her army significantly bolstered her military strength, and she led her forces in a series of raids and battles against the Portuguese and their allies, gaining a reputation as a formidable warrior queen. The conflicts were brutal and protracted, marked by shifting alliances, guerrilla warfare tactics, and constant maneuvering to outwit the Portuguese and maintain control of strategically important territories. Recognizing the limitations of her kingdom's resources and the geographic challenges, Nzinga established a new base of operations in Matamba, a neighboring kingdom she conquered, transforming it into a center of resistance and a sanctuary for refugees. Matamba's strategic location allowed her to control trade routes, disrupt Portuguese supply lines, and launch raids deeper into Portuguese territory, further escalating the conflict. Her reign in Matamba was marked by administrative reforms, including the establishment of a centralized government, the promotion of agriculture, and the encouragement of trade, ensuring the kingdom's economic and political stability. She also famously adopted a policy of incorporating runaway slaves into her army and granting them land and freedom, further weakening the Portuguese labor force and bolstering her own military strength. Nzinga's religious beliefs were complex and syncretic, blending traditional African spiritual practices with elements of Christianity, as she strategically adapted to the religious landscape of the time. She cleverly used diplomacy as a weapon, engaging in protracted negotiations with the Portuguese, offering temporary truces and conditional alliances in order to gain time, weaken their resolve, and consolidate her position. Despite facing constant threats and betrayals, Nzinga maintained her unwavering commitment to resistance, refusing to bow to Portuguese demands and inspiring countless Africans to join her cause. She even converted to Christianity in 1642, reportedly as a strategic move to appease the Portuguese and potentially secure a more favorable peace treaty, although her faith remained intertwined with her traditional beliefs. The Portuguese, despite their superior weaponry and resources, found themselves unable to definitively defeat Nzinga, who repeatedly outmaneuvered them and exploited their weaknesses. After decades of relentless warfare, a fragile peace treaty was finally signed in 1656, formally recognizing Matamba's independence and acknowledging Nzinga's sovereignty. However, the peace was precarious, and skirmishes and tensions persisted. But Nzinga had secured a remarkable achievement: the survival of her kingdom and the preservation of its autonomy against the might of a European colonial power. In her later years, Nzinga ruled Matamba with wisdom and pragmatism, focusing on consolidating her kingdom's economic and political stability and ensuring the welfare of her people. She continued to play a crucial role in regional politics, mediating disputes and forging alliances to protect Matamba from external threats and maintain its independence. Queen Nzinga banded peacefully in 1663 at the age of approximately 80, having ruled Matamba for over 30 years, leaving behind a legacy of resistance, diplomacy, and unwavering defiance. Her reign marked a significant challenge to European colonialism in Africa, demonstrating the ability of African leaders to resist foreign domination and preserve their sovereignty. Nzinga's story has resonated across generations, inspiring movements for liberation and self-determination in Africa and beyond, solidifying her place as one of history's most remarkable leaders.